Over on YouTube, I've noticed a certain trend circulating around from time to time that is labeled as One Jurassic Scene, an activity or trend between YouTubers and or content creators where they take turns discussing their favorite scenes within their specific circles in relation to the topic in mind. And seeing that no one has done it yet, I'm going to do the same concept, and hopefully all the big and small members of the Jurassic community would come and play along. This is One Jurassic Scene. No rules, just talk about your favorite scenes from any of the Jurassic Park films, and if you would want to pick Battle of Big Rock or Camp Cretaceous, then you're welcome as well. It can be action scenes, character scenes, special effects, or just any moment even if it didn't have any dialogue. So, let me start with my personal pick, from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Owen's Regret. As you know, I'm a big fan of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Unlike the majority that hates this film for some reason I don't get, Fallen Kingdom is my personal favorite sequel of the entire franchise, perhaps even better than the original Jurassic Park. It is the darkest of the series yet. It finally moved the franchise to a new direction. I've been wanting to do it for ages ever since I read the Jurassic Park novel. It adapts more of Michael Crichton's commentaries on science and ethics, amazing gothic settings, great looking special effects, and one of the most terrifying dinosaurs ever introduced in the series. A common criticism I keep hearing about the World films is... let me check my notes. Stupid action films, undeveloped characters no one cares for, doesn't have the same sense of wonder of the original, the effect sucks, no character arcs, dinosaurs go boom. You know, those kind of audience. But I'm not here to talk about this stuff. I'm going to talk about my One Jurassic Scene, and it comes by the end of the film. After one hellish night, Owen Grady is finally reunited with his velociraptor Blue, the dinosaur he raised since birth and risked his life to save from a dying island and then from death by her captorers. Slowly approaching her and pats her on the head and asks her one small request: to come with him. The world is no longer safe. Pandora's box has opened and cannot be locked again. Dinosaurs and men are about to come to a new era where they either live together or kill each other. All what Owen wants is to take Blue to a safe place where she could live in peace. Blue, responding like she understood his words by looking at an open cage beside them, trades one last look and chooses to leave instead of staying with her surrogate father figure. One could interpret this as Blue choosing her freedom in a dangerous world over being locked in a safe world. Others interpreted this as Blue can no longer trust Owen's world after her recent experience with the humans, and her running away the moment she saw the cage was a clear sign of her now resentment of humans. Though I would disagree with this notion, seeing she still allowed Owen to approach and touch her without hurting any of his friends behind. If she did hate them, she wouldn't have allowed Owen to pat her. Now, I titled this scene Owen's Regret, and there's a reason for that. Remember when I said earlier about one of the reasons for the dislike of the new films being undeveloped characters and lack of personal arcs? Here's where I say they're wrong. Owen's character arc in the World films is his relationship with his raptors. In Jurassic World, we keep hearing him talking about the trust between him and the squad, how they trust him and respect him instead of being controlled by him. But here's a problem. Owen did not trust them. He only saw them as dangerous animals that could go wild at any moment, and mentioned several times how dangerous they were, even with the supposed mutual trust they had. Then came his big character test, when the Raptor squad confronted Indominus Rex, and things went out of control when Injun soldiers fired at the dinosaurs before Owen makes his decision as their alpha. With the squad attacking everyone they considered an enemy, Owen's fears turned reality and came to the conclusion he lost his status as the alpha. He didn't get a second thought until he saw Charlie acting docile towards him when he realized something was amiss. But then his suspicion reached a point when the remaining 3 raptors surrounded him, Claire and the kids, without hurting them. It was that moment he realized his raptors were on his side the entire time and never betrayed him. It was also hinted when Delta jumped between him and Hoskins a little earlier. Notice that even though Owen was there and was closer to her, she killed Hoskins as an act of protection. Throughout all this time, Owen did not trust his raptors enough to think they'd stay loyal to him even when a new dinosaur approaches them as their new alpha. That moment when they were looking at Owen, they were waiting for his command to attack, but he misunderstood them and hesitated until Hoskins ordered to open fire, and things went haywire until everything came clear to him. By the end of the battle that killed 2 of the remaining 3 raptors, Blue was still willing to stay by Owen's side. However, he chose to set her free to live on her own without an alpha to guide her or cages to restrain her. Then comes Fallen Kingdom, where we see Owen got more jaded and cynical over the years following the lies he discovered and the big mistake of not trusting his surrogate children to love him no matter what. He reached a point where he thought he'd be fine letting Blue die to a volcano instead of rescuing her from certain doom. But as Claire told him, he was still a good man and his conscience would not let him leave her to die, which he did. Not only it was his chance to save her, but also to rekindle the relationship together. Sadly, that was interrupted by Eli Mills' mercenary, and that heartwarming reunion had to wait a little longer. But when it finally ended, it was too late. While the two split up on friendly terms, Owen did not see it as the happy ending he desired. He couldn't get the chance to make up for Blue to be a better alpha or father to her, and her rejection to his proposal of a safe haven was her way of saying she can't trust him yet to stay by his side forever. The opposite of the ending of Jurassic World, where she wanted to stay with him but told to leave the figurative nest. And it's there where we can see the regret in his face. That is Owen's regret. The regret of lack of trust, the regret of abandonment, the regret of betrayal, and the regret of incapability to protect. And from this on, we can only hope to see them coming back together, completely trusting each other to be by each other's side as one family, giving Owen his long-awaited happy ending in the upcoming film Jurassic World Dominion. Now please tell me this does not count as character development or an interesting character arc in this franchise, because if it's not, then I don't know what this is. Well, there you have it folks. This was my One Jurassic Scene. Now, I don't really know how this works, like, does it require a certain date to make it relevant? Do I send invitations to other YouTubers or just let you all spread the word? Not certain about the date thing, but I'll try to do both. I'm going to tag some Jurassic channels in hoping they'll cooperate here, while you all share this video however you want, maybe even invite the YouTubers you know, big and small, and let's see how many Jurassic scenes we can get out of here. This was SHINOBI-03, and I'll see you next time.